Hi and welcome to Michael Talks Business, where all sorts of entrepreneurs give their advice on business. I'm Michael, and today we're talking to Kobe Lerner. Let's get to it. So Kobe, welcome.
Thank you.
Let's start by you telling us a little about what you do.
Okay. I'm a strategic planning advisor for small businesses. And I have two types of clients. I work both with entrepreneurs that are pretty much an army of one and they're just starting. And I also work with business owners that already have their team, they established a team, and now they're just looking to expand their business.
Okay, so what do you do for them though? You advise them on what kind of topics?
So the thing that I found that is the hardest for business owners is to create a business plan that you can execute and you can measure the progress and also keep yourself accountable for that progress. If you don't have someone that keeps telling you that you have to deliver, you're just going to fall behind. So that's one thing. And I also specialize in making sure that your employees are connected to your business, to your cause.
So they stay motivated.
And they're motivated to give you best results and to be more productive because they're interested in the business, not because they're afraid you'll fire them.
I see. So you really want them to feel like they're part of the business, like they want to invest in it and help it grow, as employees should.
Right. If you're an employee and you hate your job, you will not be productive and you're going to look for the next one.
I want your perspective on it. Like, why is it so important for an employer to have his employees absolutely love what they do?
Business, the way I see it, is like a machine. It has a lot of different components. And if one of the components is not working properly, then the whole machine is not operating as it should. Employees is maybe the biggest part that you have to manage in a business. If you have employees that are micromanaged and they need to ask for approval for everything, they will not like what they do and they will not be productive. However, if your employees are empowered, they love to do what they're good at and you're actually able to put them in the right position, they will be happy and they'll be more productive. As Steve Jobs said, Apple hires smart people to tell Apple what to do, not the other way around.
That's very interesting. What made you start, in this industry? Like, what prompted you to become this? I mean, I know you started a business before.
Yes.
So maybe that experience?
So I immigrated to Canada, and when I was 21, I started my first business. And it was actually a funny story. I heard from a friend that is a translator for an older guy that he goes with him and they just fix appliances, like home appliances, fridges, stoves. And he told me about it and it sounded kind of interesting. I was in the middle of getting used to Canada, the new country.
Yeah.
And when YouTube wasn't that big, I just kind of started picking up on the trade. And I went out on calls and I opened a website and I had an iPad with me, and every time that I went to a customer's house, if I needed some guidance, I just went on YouTube and looked it up. That's how I started. From there, I grew up really fast. Like that's one of my good qualities, but also one quality that can actually interfere. I grew up within 3 years. I was across Canada, and I had a branch.
Then the company grew to being all over Canada?
All over Canada. We had a branch in Ottawa, Vancouver, Edmonton, Calgary.
That's fast growth.
Too fast.
Yeah.
And as the fastest that you grow, also the hit when you're not ready, it also makes a big difference. So I realized that it's good to grow and it's good to be ambitious, but you have to make sure that you have the right processes in place. Because you have to build the pyramid the normal way, not upside down.
I see.
And that got me into wanting to make sure that business owners, they grow proportionately and make marginal changes to make sense and grow with the business as they grow together and not rush into making decisions that will just hurt you in the future.
Okay, so based on your mistakes from growing your business too quickly, what kind of advice can you give now to the people who are watching about business growth and company culture and all those things. Give us two, three pieces.
There's
of
a
advice.
lot, but if I have to choose
that's why I said 2 or 3.
if I have to choose one, is always do things with a purpose. In today's world, there's so much information out there, and you get so easily confused and overwhelmed by what other people are doing, and you end up doing things just for the sake of doing, and because you saw someone else
Like what?
doing
Give me
it.
an example, something concrete.
Something concrete. Let's say you see someone making a video about how they start their morning and how they go throughout their day and how they meet up clients, right? And as a new entrepreneur, you see that someone that's successful done it, and you're saying, I have to do it because it makes sense if he's successful and he did it. But you're not there yet. No one cares about you, right? Because you're just starting. So you're gonna go throughout all this trouble of getting all the equipment and getting someone to take a video of you, and you're just walking around with the camera behind you, but you don't have the reach or the crowd that can take it, that can see it. So it's pointless. It doesn't have a purpose. Every time that you do something, you have to think about what's the end goal here. What do you want to happen by doing this? If you can't see the end goal and what's the purpose, don't even go there, because it just means that you're not ready. So pretty much don't do anything unless you know every step of the way what's going to happen next.
Okay. Number 2.
Another one. Think 5 times before you make a big change.
Okay.
And only introduce one change at a time. One thing that hurt me a lot when I was just growing my company was that I knew something is not working. I didn't know exactly what.
Okay.
And I just wanted to change everything. So
Can you say exactly what it was?
An example. For example, my sales process, I wasn't happy with how we convert prospects into clients. And something wasn't right, so I went and I just changed the entire process. So I said, from now on, you're not receiving calls in this order. You first send it to another extension, and from there you have to go through a different process.
Okay.
So
Instead of fixing the
that pinpointed
Okay.
problem, you're just changing a whole process. And when you have employees, it's hard. When a person is getting used to doing something, and you change everything, they're overwhelmed. They don't know what's going on.
That for sure can mess with the culture and how employees feel about working
For sure.
for somebody who changes their mind every day.
And I did it every day.
Really?
Every day. And there was a joke. You come into the office, okay, what Kobe changed today? It's funny, but it hurts.
Yeah,
It really
of course.
hurts a business.
course.
So you have to do things with a purpose. And if you think of making a change, you have to let everyone know in the process in advance. Consult with them, because sometimes they'll see things that you can't. So that's another that will be my third one. You always have to triangulate with someone that is believable and already encounters problems with that change that you're trying to change.
Get a third opinion.
Always. Fresh pair of eyes that will give you a fresh opinion is the best thing that can happen to a business.
Do you think it's important to have mentors when you're starting a business?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I would never be able to get to where I'm at without a mentor. And I don't even look at it as something meaningful. Don't see it as if I take a mentor, it means that I don't know what I'm doing.
Right.
The biggest brains in the world, Steve Jobs had a mentor. Elon Musk had a mentor. You just can't see everything, and you have to have someone coaching you from the sidelines. It's like,
How do you? I mean, I agree. I mean, a mentor can be very useful, but how do you go about getting that mentor? Like for him, I mean, if it's an actual person that you have to interact with all the time, first of all, how do you get them to set aside time for you to help you out in your business? And how do you even find them? How do you go about it?
So there are endless websites and people that are offering help. A lot of them is for a fee, right? I still think it's worth every penny. Some of them will give you advice for free. And you can go online and look for free business advisors, free business mentors. Every city will provide through the city hall programs for entrepreneurs. It's an effort. Everyone wants small businesses to succeed. Small businesses are the backbone of the economy. So every province, every country, every city would want their entrepreneurs to succeed, and you can find government programs that will give it to you for free. Obviously, if you're looking for a really good advisor, then you'll find the better ones when you're paying them.
Of course.
But you can start with the free one, see how it is, and work from there.
Well, Kobi, thank you very much. This was
My
very,
pleasure.
very helpful, and I'm sure our audience enjoyed this. If they want to find you online, where do they go?
You go to kobilearner.com. That's my website. I also created a very good business assessment for entrepreneurs.
It's like a form that they can
It's a
fill out?
form that
Okay.
you fill out. It's free. A lot of owners, a lot of entrepreneurs and business owners they'll be able to pinpoint the points that they need help with just by filling out the assessment. And if that's not enough, you can always send me an email, give me a call. I'm here to help.
Okay, well, Kobi, thank you very much.
My pleasure.
Thank you for watching. We hope you really enjoyed it and got something useful out of it. Please like, share, comment. Yes, we need your comments. We really want to know what you're thinking, and maybe you want us to ask something of our future entrepreneurs. Till next time.